Hello, guys. I'm Max, and today I'm going to talk about the very controversial topic in Ninjago fandom Ninjago live action movie. Ninjago live action movie was kind of rumored back in 2024. It was exactly 30th of or 31st October 2024. On this day, two major rumors were posted online. First of which was Moro's comeback for Dragon's Rising Season 3, and this, what I said already, Ninjago live action movie is in the works. And since this, now we have June 2026, nothing much happened. Why is this movie cancelled? We don't know. How should it look like? I have several thoughts about this, and let's state the most important thing here. For me, the heart of Ninjago are the characters, not the plot itself, the characters. The characters make the show what it is. That's why we, the fans, love the show so much, because the characters are relatable to us in many aspects, different characters, and this is what the live action movie should stick to. For the contrast, let's take the Lego Ninjago movie from 2017. The movie that was a failure, not going to lie. This movie actually ended the Warner Bros. Lego movies, which is unfortunate because all these movies were very nice. Yeah, through what I meant ended, it was released on very unfortunate time because shortly before the same year the Lego Batman movie was released, and later on in September 2017 the Lego Ninjago movie was released, and around 1.5 year later the final Lego movie 2 was released, the final of the Warner Bros. Movies. The Lego Ninjago movie made a lot of mistakes because they threw away the whole lore we knew from the show, from back then 6 years of beloved show, and threw it to the bin. And this live action movie should, or maybe shouldn't, make the same mistake again. As I said, Ninjago Ninjago's heart is is the characters. So I don't care about the plot. It can be anything. The characters are the key here, and they can go on some, I don't know, undercover mission to some fancy place, infiltrating some mafia or something. I don't care about the plot. I care about characters here, who they are, and this should be kept. Like, this is compulsory here. The Lego Ninjago movie did the mistake of changing the characters very much, not completely, but at least very much. The very good example of this is Jay, which prior to the movie was an inventive kind of this joking type of a guy, but in the movie he was more of a crybaby, and that was so out of the character of from him because he isn't a crybaby. He is maybe a little bit more shy compared to the other ninja, but not a crybaby. No. So yeah, let's move on to the most important and the most controversial part of this movie: the casting. Creating the cast for this kind of movie is incredibly hard. Like, okay, I'm not a creator of any official big show, but I imagine it really being hard because we have to take into consideration the opinion of the fans, the budget, because we can throw the most, like the highest paid actors in the Hollywood or anything. I have several actors to play some ninja, and before you judge me, hear me out, because for me this makes a lot of sense. First of all, Tom Holland as Jay. Why that? Because I kind of see Tom Holland looking as Jay would in real life. They're like their facial features, the Tom's hair being slightly curly, brown hair, perfectly matches Jay. Of course, his post redesign design. Well, he is kind of this a little bit joking person. Like, yeah, I mainly know Tom from the Spider-Man movies. Not gonna lie, I just imagine Tom Holland playing Jay. It makes so much sense to me. Like, I can't really express it, but it makes. And the second casting, I really have rooted in my mind is Zendaya playing Nia. I know, many people think of Nia as very muscular woman, which actually show kind of hinted in season 11, this little scene where Nia flexes her bicep to Jay. But I don't really see this as Nia being muscular, but rather Nia keeping her shape after all this time not really working out, and comparing to other boys, Nia kept her shape really well. You could see that in my fan arts across the years, because I've imagined Nia being similar to Zendaya in terms of facial features. You could see that in my fan art. That just makes sense that for me that Nia is that kind of woman, not that muscular some gym freak. You know what I mean? And besides, Zendaya's relationship with Tom Holland being basically, mm, you know, we don't know if they are married or not. There are rumors, but maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they are in a relationship, and that would make the their roles of Jay and Nia much more natural, because them already being partners in real life and translating it to the screen would make them, it would be so natural to them, and that wouldn't make them play the romantic relationship, but simply they are in romantic relationship. So for Jaya, it works perfectly. You cannot agree with me. I completely understand that because why woman is taller than man? Why woman? Why Nia is dark skinned? Why Tom Holland or anything? I completely understand, but it isn't as weird and as hilarious casting as some could think about Cole being played by The Rock. Like, first, Cole isn't bald. Second, people headcanon Cole to be black. Third, yeah, Dwayne Johnson is muscular, and so Cole is, but being only the muscular stereotype of the character also put in Ninjago doesn't work, and that would make only be hilarious and unnecessary. So for Cole, definitely he needs some different actor than the most hilarious choice. Other people can say, for example, from the mainstream actors, the top of the Hollywood, like Timothy Chalamet would play Lloyd, which I kind of see, but he kind of would work as Lloyd. But I'm not going to make shit up here. So I don't have like specific actors for Zane for Kai. I only have like I can imagine how they would look in real life. And yeah, that's what I think about the casting. I know Ninjago is inspired by East Asia, mm, by Japan, by China, but for the sake of diversity, I'm I'm just putting these actors here, and also because we don't know how would it look like when it will release, if it will stick to the Asian kind of stereotype or maybe being more westernized, which I think Ninjago is. Ninjago is a mix of Western and East Asian cultures, and the cast I mentioned would be a good representation of that. So yeah, I think that's everything for this video. Don't forget to express your opinion about this very but very controversial topic. I want to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.